Hello, everybody. This is week 2 of my Neo Crown series recap. Except, this time I'm not actually here alone. Someone quick tagged into the studio with me. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Wavewhyse, or Wave. I was Coolbeezy's opponent for these matches, and I wanted to come co-commentate because they were really good, and I just want to talk about them. And I think the idea of us like going back and forth and talking about this together, and like what we each were thinking on every single turn sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I agreed because I was watching it back with fellow competitor Bobby Bear, and then I was like looking at the plays, and I was like, wait, I like had so many things I could have done different. And
Yeah.
even so, it was like my brain was exploding in the middle of the set. It was a really fun one. I'm glad this team got such a like fun round in. Yeah, I guess we can introduce the teams as we jump into it here for minimal time loss. Ignore this. I had, I
Whoa.
had a, I had a code, I had a code from like Heatwave, like, I think it was that 5? Like where this team top 8'd? Was that 4 or 5? I was using that old code and I was practicing against myself like a couple of times.
Uh,
Cause this team's
I should
scary.
I should do that more often. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like it's kind of like I don't know how valuable the practice was. It was like 4 a.m. when I had the epiphany of like, wait, I have the technology. You can see it says 4:46 a.m. I should have like been sleeping.
Oh my god.
I like got up. I was like, wait, I could play games right now. Uh, anyways, these are the
It's still
actual.
really useful. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good data. Playing the team I have to fight against is really interesting, even if it's not like the exact same structure, because I get to be like, okay, well, what am I trying to do to beat me right now?
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah,
seeing the lines from the opposite side does so much.
for sure. All right. Okay. So I guess for the sake of it, we can go over what each of our teams does really fast before we kick
Sure.
this off. Do you want to go ahead and start because you're serving?
Oh, sure. So I'm running a quick tag team. The quick tag team. There are 4 quick tags on this team. Uh, and every single beastie on the team has some trait that has to do with tagging in and out. So I activate those traits a lot. I get a lot of value out of things like cleanup and forager and treat and majesty in certain matchups. And then it's like impossible to play against. Is sort of the idea. You have basically every option available at all times. You have sideways pressure at all times. You have a front row burnout from Daredilla with whoosh at like
Yeah, this
all
one's good.
times. Yeah, it one shot. Hang on, how many members of your team does this just one shot? Front row to front row.
I
2 of
think,
them.
yeah, Delusion Mystic, I think. And also
Silas Skin is
Silas.
good.
Yeah.
Silas could, or Delusia can barely take front row to front row.
Oh, you're right. I guess I didn't really see that in the game. I just kept thinking like, oh, it's close enough to 100. I'm not switching that in. Uh, yeah.
The number to look out for the preview is 67. If it's 67 or higher, then front row, then like a +1 boost will turn it into a wipeout.
Oh, interesting. I never knew the exact number was 67.
Yeah, I want to do like a video on math shortcuts in the game.
Yeah, that sounds fun. I
Yeah.
I'm very much in the weeds of theory ball, but I'm not in the weeds of the calc.
I have to be to play this team.
That makes total sense. I like my team is built entirely on like a bunch of just different ideas, like moves
Yeah,
I
your
think would
team's
be
like
good.
all strategy. It's all
Mhm.
strategy and synergy, and like thinking about the effects like 5 turns from now. Speaking of which, you didn't introduce your team.
Yeah, I can go ahead. I just like I like left clicked and then it played. I think left click is also play, which is messed up.
Yeah,
uh,
it's
yeah. my team here is centered around this Mudsley and this Sylusk. So the idea, this team is called Sweaty Exodia in the team builder. The whole point is that I use things like Heat Wave, In the Clouds Heat Up, and then Wink, and like Hex to essentially set up everything to get sweatied so that Sylusk can just one-shot everything.
Yes.
I noticed a lot of people playing Debugly, and Debugly tool +1 at the net kills a lot of things, and people are calcing to live it by like exactly 1 or like 10 or whatever. And I realized like Sylusk does like 30 more damage than Debugly. I could totally get someone. I could totally just get them and be like, surprise, this does even more damage. This is like Debugly's not the hardest mine-hitting beastie in the game. Initially,
Definitely
I
not.
wanted to use this Waddle to dodge roll, but a really late night decision made me change it to Torch Pass. I don't think it gets enough value here. I would definitely shift it back, but I also think that Waddle is the one beastie I was the most iffy on. I just built the team around Anticipation Dodge Roll because I thought that was really interesting to just guaranteed get in this absolute beast of a like sweeper.
Yes, that'd be very good if Sylusk wasn't like an end game sweeper. If you're doing like Freeze Ray or something, or P-Shot.
Yeah, I actually thought about removing Provoke for those reasons, because it was here to like, if they don't hit me, I get like the best play ever, but that never happens. It's hard to get that read correct.
Oh my god, yes.
Meanwhile, you're freaking your opponent out the whole time, like, when are they gonna bring it in? And you're like, dude, I don't want to bring it in at all! Mystic is also here. It has Echo Strike to like remove traits, which I think is really strong right now, as we're gonna see, I think. And then
yes,
it's got like Wink to set more sweaty, and then Hex to just be an all-around move. But I think I kind of use it wrong.
to be Hex.
Spoilers. We can just jump into it now, I suppose. This is already a crazy serve. The Echo Strike is already taking away one of my most important traits.
Yes, just in the team preview, I remember being like, basically like most of the beasties on this team care a lot about their trait. Musley's gonna care a lot about its trait for sure. Mystic cares a lot about its trait because they do have a threatening body attack. So Echo Strike just seems like a really good serve.
Yeah.
And I was right.
I think you're right. I was thinking about changing my lead to Delusion Mystic because I had thought it was going to be Echo Strike, and I was like, do I really want the Mudsley in? But I decided against it. I'm not sure in retrospect. I think it could have gone either way. There's also a way to play this Mudsley that's like less self-destructive than what I choose here. But I guess just to resume and get to the game. I immediately heat up the Yammoth here to try and get some damage on it as one of the major attackers. And immediately there's something to talk about because I sweaty myself without the ability. And then the Shook comes out, and I just looked at this board state like, I should not have done that.
Yeah, very strange move to go for the heat up, even with, or the heat wave, even with the trait removed, and also with the Yammoth already sweaty.
Yeah, in retrospect, I think it would have been better to just continue heat upping with the Delusia and just take advantage of it being able to live everything in the back. I just did not see that at the time, and I was like, I need sweaty on everything, so I just went for what I'm used to, and I don't think that was the best in hindsight. I do stay in here, anticipating a sideways. I move up.
Yeah, you have to. You literally have to.
Pretty much. I could give up the point theoretically, but it is a little bit of a loss. And then I'm only getting like a sweaty on Fruitfuls as like an exchange.
I mean,
I think
on a team like this, giving up points for heat up is like kind of what you do.
Yeah.
But heat up's a little bit weird against my team because you don't actually know what you're gonna get with the heat up. Like, you don't know what will be there once the move actually goes off.
No, exactly.
Because I could quick tag into something else. Like when you would have clicked that move, you would have clicked on Trat doing that, not knowing if Trat was going to quick tag out into something else.
Yeah, that's the hard part. there are a couple of times in here where I'm like, I could have gone for the greedy heat up knowing Sling was going to tag in, but it's such a risky play to make in the moment that you kind of just don't think about it sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyway, here I heat wave again, which is also kind of interesting. I wanted to shake off the Delusia, but I'm making it take damage anyways, and then this Mudsley's taking even more.
Yeah.
Maybe better than free.
I mean, definitely.
Yeah, so this set comes out, and then the overpower slams, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to switch here. Honestly, I could have also given up the point, because then Yama drains on serve. Or no, it gets close. But
yeah, it would have lost that 50 health on serve or whatever. Oh my god, wow, 6 sweaty.
yeah, it's already adding up. That's the magic of this team.
Yeah.
I think like that's the big thing though, is like I feel like I could have sacrificed the Mudsley to get it back later. Now I'm playing a Beastie down basically, and I think I could have just given up the point there, even though it's really early, in exchange
Against
for like, something.
Yeah, against this team, like I can wipe that Beastie with like both of my attackers from the back row. I think.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
I think maybe I was like expecting you to do something like that. I knew you could swip in the Mystic here for 0, and I was just like, nah, he's not gonna. It's too obvious.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, is this obvious? I was like, I'm gonna do it anyway because I think Delusia dying is like fine if I do this. And then it hit and I was like, I'm the best. and then in retrospect I'm like, should I have even done that? Like, it was such a cool read, but at the same time, I think I could have just been better not going for it.
You could just go for Shake Off here and like save Hex a turn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's like Delusia's fine. Yeah.
And here I'm like, I knew this was gonna happen, but for some reason I don't block this slot. I don't heat up this slot. I'm like, I know the Daredevil is probably coming, but I'm gonna block the Tree Strike for some reason. Definitely a wrong play by me. If Mystic lives here, I think I get a ton. But
yeah, I imagine True Strike is just scary when you're like used to intangible. You're like, it can hit me. No,
yeah,
it's scary.
But I think that's actually something that keeps coming up, which is that I keep like hexing super early or like not using Mystic's health to my advantage because I'm just like scared to let it go.
Yeah.
I think I definitely need to play more risky with it.
You could have also just moved back. I don't think you're like, other than blocking sideways, I don't think your team benefits a lot from being at the net.
Yeah, that's probably true actually. That's interesting. I didn't really think about that. I think I just wanted the extra damage, but you're right that I didn't. Or no, I'm covering sideways as well. But
yeah, that is important.
Yeah. If I can get like a careful shot without like losing health, that might be really good for me. Because then I could like heat up on the follow up and everything.
Yeah, exactly. You can heat up when you sack the point and then heat up again on serve. Because
Yeah,
neither of your beasties got knocked out.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of plays like that in here, I think, where it's just a little bit of difference, and I think I could have totally, like, swung the game in my favor. But
absolutely. I mean, there's so much just with this team.
I would agree. I think both teams, there's so much. Like,
yeah.
We both kind of brought teams that are all about, like, each individual play and how it adds up.
Yeah.
Rather than just, like, straight up offense or anything. Like, if this was Rally, it'd be a different story. I'm going to the front row, I'm clicking Rally, and I'm hitting my Rousing Strike again for 60 damage. But instead I'm, like, sitting here making all these weird plays and being like, I don't know how these puzzle pieces connect.
Yeah, your team is like, you have to be thinking like 8 turns ahead. You're like, what? How does this play affect what happens 8 turns from now? Like, do I do this? Like, do I do one of 2 things that have like very rippling consequences? And my team is like, okay, I have 8 things that I can do. Which one is going to counter what I think they're going to do on this turn?
Yeah.
And how's that going to set me up for next turn and then don't look any further than that?
Right. That makes total sense. I think that's like how I'm playing almost. Like, I agree with you where I think this team benefits a lot more from planning, but there's some plays in here that I see where I'm like, I see why I did it, but in retrospect, I needed to be thinking further ahead where I can't just be like taking resources like that. Monthly switching in here is good. I get a little more value out of it. Forward passing is a little off, because now I'm being threatened in the front row with this Delusia.
I mean, Delusia can take like anything.
Can't take this though.
Oh my god! Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the jazzed, man.
And then on tag here, I brought in the Silusk, like, I'm not sure, I guess just trying to, like, live that in the back. And I would have, I think, no, actually, no, maybe not. That's interesting. I guess it would have wiped if I'd gotten that wrong. I bring it in, though, and then on serve it takes 55. I have to bring this Waddle up.
I remember the instant Silusk comes in, I'm like, yeah, this is the sweeper. This is the thing that will kill me if I don't try to like get this out like right now, target it at all costs.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it does. It puts a big target on its head, which the team kind of takes advantage of because they're also tanky. Unfortunately, my bench is very limited, so I don't have much reach with it right now.
Yeah. Just having something in the front row to block, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Means I don't remember the exact calc here. I think even overpower. I think if you block, that like only barely wipes, or maybe doesn't even wipe.
We could find out. Let's see. This is Jazz. 119.
Anticipation math is so hard, but I think that does just barely wipe. Without Jazz, I think it would not.
Yeah, I think that might wipe. I think it's like barely off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I did have to switch that there, but then of course having to switch that out is really bad because now I don't know when I'm going to be able to bring it back in. Mystic just rips a Hex here, but it's one of my only beasties that's alive. I think I get a little antsy. I want the 8 wipe here on this quick tag so that like you can't keep tagging around. Gameth and then Hex the other tagger, nothing can switch in.
Yes, I think this is actually a really good play, because when I was planning my defense turn there, I was like, Fruit Folks will wipe on the next offense turn, but I can just like quick tag it out. Not realizing like you just Hex it and like you just lock it down now. Now it is going to drain no matter what. And yeah, the secret sauce is disabling one beastie and targeting the other, which prevents me from like basically using quick tag at all on that turn, and the mind games cease temporarily.
Yeah, I remembered that from like 5 months ago, where I was like, last time I played this team, I wasn't seeing that, but I think now I have that knowledge.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm smarter, I can do this. But yeah, I think exhausting the Echo Strike and going all out to drain this is debatable. Just because now I have to switch it out, and it's one of my only healthy beasties left. That being said,
Delusia just came back up.
Yeah, I have a torch,
and you have a torch
fast because of that team mistake, and also I do have that Delusia. So I don't think I switch it though. I think I like keep leaving it in like a psycho.
You don't. I fully expect you to switch it out, and I clear haunted here. Your Mystic is no longer haunted. And it is beginning to recover from tired. I think it actually stays on court long enough to fully recover and just keep going.
This play here is also interesting because I don't switch that Mystic, which I probably could have for Silusk, ironically. And now I can't really take the point here, because if I do, I free ball, and then I have to deal with Daredillo on the serve. So I'm kind of like, I have to hit Super Arrow wherever it's coming in. So I get it right, but now I'm just like stuck in this situation of like, because Super Arrow is doing 55 to me at the net, so I have to block in case I die. And this makes it so I have to stay here.
My god. Oh, hang on. No, I want to talk about that actually. I want to talk about that free ball. that was an accidental free ball. That happened for like because of one of the stupidest things on this team, which is you may notice when I tagged out Supalero and tagged in Yamith, the little trait pop-ups happened of like Pride Month's Forwarder trait, Susie's Majesty trait, and had like their effects display. Those effects on the game speed I play as, which is like not max speed, it's like the second to fastest max speed, take about like 4 seconds to resolve. And that you have to just wait through that if you're playing the game in real time. Like if you try to execute your turn on this team within the last 5 seconds, sometimes the game will just keep the attack button away from you until the timer goes away, and then you free ball.
Wait, that's insane. I never knew
so
that.
I meant to Echo Strike with Trap there, which would have done some amount of damage to Sylusk. Not a wipe, but like some amount of damage. And instead I just free ball.
Yeah, that's rough. I never thought about that.
It is very annoying.
In the middle. I guess Synchronized Crab does have a weakness. But yeah, so here I'm like, I have to take it now because you're putting me in a position where I have to. Supalero doesn't have to come in here, and then it can quick tag for Daredillo and threaten me. So I'm like, fine, I have to take the 50-50. Just take out the Beastie I don't want to see again. So I fire this into Yamith. I get shook. It's not a huge deal, but because I already have to free ball.
Yeah, I just refuse the 50-50. I'm like, I'll just take the guaranteed value of forcing out. If Fruitfox was up here, then like I could have done careful shot. Yeah, back on his X again. God damn it.
Yeah, this thing really can just do that. And I'm sitting here like, I think the Daredillo's coming in, so I'm freeballing this front slot and locking Trat. But in retrospect, I could have done this the other way.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is just... I don't know.
Yeah, this one's tough. Because here this hits. Sweaty goes off, I have to switch. And I feel like here is about where it just kind of ends. I have to shake off to have enough health. And then I have to walk up here with the Waddle because of the provoke threat. Can't torch pass. I get this call right.
Yeah,
like, I'm so lucky.
This was such an interesting turn because I think Yamith walking up to net and attacking... Or what did I attack you with? Was it... Oh no, okay, yeah. If Supalero attacks Waddle from the net with True Strike, that wipes, because True Strike like ignores Shy and does more damage at the net. Yeah. But if Yamith attacks, it wipes if Waddle is in the back because of Shy, and walking up to the net is what saves you. So it's like one of the weirdest 50-50s of all time.
I didn't really see that, I don't think. Because in my head, I was just like, I need a torch pass, And then I saw the provoke, I'm like, I can't torch pass.
Yeah.
I have to walk up. And then I realized I was being played, because here it's basically game. True Strike comes in, lock that lives, Yamith also lives.
Your bench is just like, yeah. You just didn't have a good bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like at one point, even though I was like, the score was like 2-0, I looked at my bench and saw that all my beasties were sweaty. And you have this Nerve Strike Sylusk, and I was like, I might be losing here. There was a point where I definitely thought that I was like one wrong move. Like if you got like one good switch in with Sylusk, then I would just lose the game.
Yeah, my thinking in that game was, because I had finally got everything, I was like, I have everything right where I want it. I just need a torch pass into Sylusk, and I can live everything in sweep. And then I realized I can get provoked.
Yeah.
Oh man, like, there's no way for it to come in anymore. I'm one turn too late.
Yeah, that's like the reason I
Sylusk like a turn early to like stop that from being a problem. But yeah.
Yeah. That is like the reason I don't like running Torch Pass, because the difference between getting provoked and not is like so massive that like if it's ever on the field, it's like such an extreme mind game of like they're probably gonna press it. To where like the correct response is, I guess I just have to tag out normally and don't get the heal and have a low health beastie on the bench.
Yeah.
Or they might not, and it just gets denied and I lose a point.
Yeah, that's true. I've ran into that as well, but there are times where you can just like rip it, and it's so good. That's why I got like convinced at 3 a.m. where
Yeah.
I'm like, at 3 a.m. I was like, dodge roll maybe isn't the best. If I can torch pass into the Silex, gets better.
Yeah.
And then this this happened, and I'm like, no, I knew it.
If I didn't have provoke on the field, right?
Yeah. Well, you want to get into the second one?
Yeah, this is the one I did review myself. I didn't review the first one.
Oh, interesting. I was looking at them both. This one
Same
has...
opener, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I do change one thing here. I forward pass, and then I heat wave. And I actually think this is even worse than the first time. I'm trying to cover for the sideways so I can switch out, which is good, but... And I'm hitting into the Beastie who doesn't have quick tag, stopping me from getting like dirty load at the net.
Yeah.
But I think I don't know, like still taking the chip damage is just a little suspicious. I think I could just be slowly heat upping and staying in the back, giving up a point if I have to.
Yeah.
I get this overpower right again.
Same thing.
I immediately rip the hex, and this is interesting here.
Oh, yes, I didn't see that. I literally did not think, because I guess I didn't account for the defense down from overpower. I literally did not think that Yameth was close to wiping there.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm gonna try to predict the hex target. The hex target is, I feel like a little strategically obvious because you hex the thing that doesn't have the stat debuffs. So I either have to switch out my Hex Beastie or I switch out the thing that has the debuffs so they can undo the debuffs.
Right.
And I switched in Rat. Yeah.
No, that makes sense. It's interesting because I ripped this Hex super early, just like last game, and I'm doing it to shut down the quick tag. You correctly call it in Switch, which is kind of a gamble already because you could do that. And I could have also used that to my advantage to like scare it off without having to hex, and I could get an Echo Strike. I go for the True Strike because I think Yameth's gonna switch and I want good damage on what comes in. And then it just wipes and I'm like, I have to free ball. Like,
yeah,
it's actually really bad. I'm like, oh no, I thought that was gonna run.
If I had seen that, I probably would have switched out. And I think that might have been a worse play than what I actually did.
Yeah, I think wiping here is really smart. If you knew this was coming.
If I had planned on it at all, yeah.
Yeah. But you know, sometimes the classic is just, was this part of your plan too? And then you just say, yep, totally was.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now I have to free ball here. Free Force comes in.
So I just get to like do whatever I want, basically.
Yeah. This sideways comes out. Interesting whooshing to the front, I guess, to get the block.
Yes, because it's a great situation for my team, because if I can block and I predict the blocker correctly, I can guarantee Fruit Folks getting set on the turn, no matter who you attack.
Oh, never thought about that.
Yes. Also, like, I remember being like, I could just switch, like, anything here. Like, I'm always threatening the sideways no matter what, but, like, I want to switch in Fruit Folks because I want to make it obvious that I'm going to do it. Like, I'm not trying to trick you here. I'm just like, yep, I'm going to sideways. You have to move up. You have to move up if you don't want to lose a point.
Yeah, and I'm feeling that, and I'm like, I need to move up if I don't want to lose a point. But I am a point up, and I'm looking back at this because I'm realizing Delusia lives the serve, and by surviving this, I take 3 more sweaty damage after my turn, as well as the damage from the careful shot.
Yes.
I really need to switch this Mystic.
Yes.
In both these games, I need to.
I think this point you absolutely should have given up. Because also, like, this, unless you want to free ball again, this prevents you from using Shake Off. Like, I remember specifically thinking also in my strategy here, like, can I prevent the Delusia from using Shake Off so it actually has to, like, eat the heat wave damage? The whole theme of my strategy here is kind of just making you eat the consequences of your own actions a little bit. Like, you're suffering the side effects of Hex, you're suffering the side effects of Heat Wave. I'm not even really having to do that much to like chew into your team here. I mean, obviously now I'm threatening like the burnout,
Right.
but like,
yeah, I don't know, because now I have to like Wavewhyse True Strike for like at best 40 damage.
yeah.
This whole thing could be avoided if I just give up a point, and I'm playing a team that's supposed to do that. I just
Yes.
I have a really bad habit that's super exploitable of just trying to cover everything. And
I always love doing that. That is my favorite turn. Is just double quick tag, quick tag, quick tag,
yeah,
just to get the 20 health on Dillo instead of going for the set. Because the set like is a decent damage boost, but Dillo didn't have any power debuffs at the time, so I didn't have to like make up for anything. And looking at the damage numbers here, it wasn't like important enough of a damage boost on anything. Like it was gonna wipe the Delusia either way. It was gonna wipe the Sylisk either way. It wasn't that big of a boost on Waddle. It would change the attack on Mudsley to wiping, but like you were not gonna switch in Mudsley into the net in that situation.
no, I don't think so.
So I was just like,
Mudsley's
I'm
fully
just
spirit invested, but I don't really use it very well.
yeah. Oh, it's at 74 is the problem.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I was just like, I'll just take the 20 health. That's like it's a whoosh fuel.
That makes sense. And then this is just terrible. Like, I
Yes.
have a Hexed Mystic, I have a White Beastie, I have to switch into this Burnout. I'm like, please help me. This is so bad. I go
also
for the Heat Wave to get some pressure.
Yeah, I also remember thinking, really glad I didn't Echo Strike Haunted away this time. And I
Yeah. So, okay. This is the play I got chastised for by my friend. Because we paused here and it was like, you have such a beautiful position. You go for the Nerve Strike, you can get another one on serve if you're right. And you can sacrifice the Sylisk pretty freely. The problem is I don't sacrifice the Sylisk here, and I think the next 3 turns, I legitimately believed I sacked the Sylisk, because when he was saying it, I was like, oh yeah, you're totally right. I probably just let it die here, right? And then I like literally covered my face in embarrassment seeing what happens after this. I couldn't believe who was playing. I Nerve Strike to hit this Yammoth. The treat makes it live, which is really well played by you.
Yes. God, this map. Can you actually go back to the start of that turn before you did the telekinesis?
Yeah.
And look at like the damage preview. This freaking map. I think most of my turn here was just doing math. It's like, okay, if I block with telekinesis, is that gonna wipe Supalero? Is that gonna wipe Yammoth? Like, what else can I do? Is this a 50-50 or can I get out of it? I think Sylisk could do like 130 or something after the telekinesis, and then blocking doesn't lower that enough.
Yeah, we can check. Yeah.
Yes.
So blocking wouldn't save Supalera here, and I thought it was a guess too.
It would save Yammoth.
Yeah, the block would save
yeah.
Yammoth, but it wouldn't save Supalera. And I'm like, I just want Yammoth to 8 wipe if I'm wrong. and then Frufolks comes in, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, and I had to do like, okay, so if I switch in Frufolks and I get plus 20 health on Yammoth, and the +1 Sylisk goes to +2, and da-da-da-da-da-da, and I was like, I think it'll just barely take it.
Yeah, it's a really good heads-up play. It shows how much you play this team.
I had to catch my breath. I was like, I don't know. And like when it received the hit, I was like, yes.
Yeah, that was really good. It was so well played. I was like, that blew me away. I was like, what?
Yeah,
No.
I love getting people with that. Really good players can see the treat coming, but like basically no one sees that as an option. They always think they've got like the 50-50 or like the guaranteed KO, and then I hit them with the +20.
Yeah, and the worst part is because Frufolks has no status on it. If it did, I could have wiped it, seeing that coming. But I had
Yes.
no choice, really. This is my best play, even if I know it's coming, so that's interesting to look back on as well.
That
And
is
then
true.
here I'm like, okay, so the True Strike's coming in. I just sacked the Silas, right? So I can have it back later? Why? This
Maybe
made me
forgetting-
so embarrassed on watch back.
Maybe forgetting that True Strike ignores Shy.
I don't actually know what I'm forgetting here. I legitimately don't know what my thought process was. And then on the following turn, I don't know either. I get right that there's no provoke coming in, but then why do I want to take this 78 again?
You just want a torch pass, I guess?
I think it was sunk cost. I got possessed by like this.
Yeah.
I need to use this torch pass. I didn't mean to have it. But like if I had dodge roll, that's a lot better of a play, and it could actually be argued. But I think sacking was just better.
Against specifically True Strike, that does ignore anticipation.
Yeah.
But it's like
But I
a
think I
different
take,
move.
like,
Yeah,
I
Silas
think
would
I
have
take,
taken
like,
very
50
little.
still, and then I can double clear field, and I'm in a decent spot. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
true that it's still off.
The clear field. Also, I love like last turn me swapping in the Daredillo just because it had Sweaty on it, so that Heat Wave didn't apply Sweaty to anything new, and then like after that just swapping it back out immediately.
Yeah, that's I didn't even notice that. That's really well played.
I would also assume you would, because Dillo has like 30 or something stamina here, like 36 stamina. I assume you didn't think that True Strike was likely because you thought I would have to volley True Strike for that, and that wouldn't be a great play. I would want to like do some kind of quick tag.
Yeah, I think that might be it too.
But like the quick tag into Dispel is another one of the 8 options I have available at any time that is really hard to like see coming and account for.
I still really don't know though, because watching this back, it felt like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde thing where I'm like, who's playing? Like, what is this? What is this guy doing? Who is this?
I'm not me when I'm bowling.
Yeah, like I was like, why do I not just sack the Silas, go 2-1, and then like get it back later and just have a fully healthy bench? Especially for a control team, that's like ideal.
Yes, this is the kind of team where like you get to like 0-2 and then you just sweep and win the game. Like points are a resource for this team, very much so.
And here I provoke the Trat so it can't tag out with its Sweaty. And then I Heat Wave again, which lets me catch the Fruit Folks who swapped out, I assume, for the sake of quick tagging. So I get one more Sweaty, but now Silas is just completely out of the picture.
Yes.
So I think I sack it just to let it go. Yeah, finally I do.
Yeah. You block the Fruit Folks because like just in case I do careful shot for whatever reason, if I'm planning some weird play, that would have let it receive the careful shot.
Yeah, you're right. That was what I was thinking at that time. And we're
but
finally
yeah,
approaching the big moment of this game.
My God. Yeah.
So then the True Strike comes in. This is really good damage. I feel good in this position, but something happens here that I could never anticipate.
Specifically here, Daredillo can whoosh and wipe Delusia if with front row burnout, right? But block like barely prevents that. It's like 63 damage with block.
Right, which is what I'm going for.
Yes, and so you kind of like have to, right? I mean, arguably.
Yeah. At this point in the game, most likely, because I'm down 2.
Yeah, it's a... I guess I wouldn't say it's a 50-50. Like, that is the only way I can win a point immediately. But I'm like, that's obvious. Like, they're obviously going to do that. And I look over and I see this number 9 here. This funny little 9 hovering above the Mudslate.
This 9 Sweaty on this Mudslate. And I don't see this. I'm just like, okay, I feel like I'm pretty safe here. And then this hits, and it's an Echo Strike. And I pause here. I remember visibly pausing and going, no, like having my like, no, you can't do this to me. I was like, I don't know what to do anymore. So I shake off to get out of burnout range. I volley, and then I True Strike. I I catch the super arrow, and then this thing just wipes, and I'm just
Wipes.
no. And I have like one of two options here. It's either I suspect something that isn't Daredillo, but Daredillo can just whoosh to the front and go straight for game. Net to net, I should die. And I see that, and I block, but I get hit with the Brain Destroyer.
Yes, I did not realize that front row burnout would have wiped Delusia. If I had seen it, I 100% absolutely should have gone for that. That is a way better play than trying to Echo Strike the Sylusk swap in that I thought was happening. Yeah, because like
because Sylas just got back up as well. So if I get this right with the block, there is a world where I can like maybe force something, but even then I think it was kind of over.
I like thought for it a little bit. It's like Delusia can block, and so it can hit back with True Strike, and it actually the True Strike does enough damage to like wipe Dillo. It might even do enough to wipe Trat. I don't remember. Like you might have a 50-50 there, but then after that, like, what do you do?
Serve, and then Daredillo can just hide behind double quick tag, and I'm totally in danger. No provoke kind of does that.
I think maybe Waddle's exhaust count might be at 1 here, so like you can swap in Waddle to the front row. It's a 2.
If I get the point, then it would be up. But everything was just like one turn away, and I didn't expect like I was like, okay, Mudsley can just stay here. It's never getting hit. And then like I block this front row burnout. I live at like 1. I can switch in like Sylusk or something after it's -2 if I can chase Trat out. Yada 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 yada. Echo Strike I perfectly wipe, and I'm just like, it's over. I was like, wow.
I think you would have been like treading water for 2 turns and just lost anyway. But like, to be like, oh my god, like that's such the obvious play to just like force that instead of opening myself up to like if you had also not seen the Daredillo wipe or like had, I don't know, like gone for a desperation play, like you could have clawed your way back, I think, because like my whole team is sweaty.
Yeah, like
except
these
for
games
Trat.
just kind of keep happening where it's like a turn or 2 away from exactly what I want. I'm like almost there, but then the team just barely doesn't survive due to some like misplay earlier or like something I didn't notice. And so I guess I needed to set this play, I guess.
Yeah, it's all about bench management. You have to be thinking about like you want everything on your bench to be at 100 stamina or at like 0 with 4 wiped. And as long as you can like maintain that for long enough and get the opponent's bench down to like every beastie is at like 60 and sweaty, then you just win the game once that happens.
Yeah, and I have a lot of friends who play these kinds of teams, so I'm like familiar with how they have to roll, but I'm definitely like, there's some dissonance with how I'm playing and how this team's built. That being said, I think it did exactly what it needed to do. It was a really fun set, and that was super well played to spot the Echo Strike. I think I said like, I can't even be mad, or I said something like that, where like, I was like, in the moment, I was like, there's no, and I was just like, no, I can't even be mad at that. That was actually so cool.
It was so cool. It's, funnily enough, when I was thinking about that, I didn't even see the full ramifications. I was like, if only it was 10 sweaty, then the Mudsley would like wipe immediately, because I just forgot that Echo Strike did damage. I forgot that it did like 11 damage.
It does, yeah, through block it does exactly 11. It was like some cinematic stuff. Mudsley takes just enough to go down there, and I think it's full mind invested, so like, it couldn't be more perfect.
You could have done like clear field, but then you have like an 8 stamina Mudsley, which is worse than a drained Mudsley.
Yeah,
probably.
I would agree to that, especially since that starts making me guess more.
Yeah.
Because I have like not healthy beasties in, and I have to start like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think though, I don't know. It's hard to say. The games were definitely on lock at a point. but I think there were some plays early that I could have done that could have changed the trajectory and maybe gotten me out of those situations in the first place.
Yeah,
That being
for
said,
sure.
it was an incredible set. So
It was an incredible set. This is like one of the most these like some of the most fun games of Beastieball that I've played in like a long time, I think. It's hard to say.
you know,
This game-
honestly, that's an honor. The scoreboard says 0 and 4, but 4 and 0 says in their heart that I was like one of the best matches.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I'd prepared going in. I was really hoping to get my revenge, but didn't come to pass. That being said, it was awesome. Thank you so much for commentating with me. I didn't expect that at all. When you'd said it, I was just like, yeah, sure.
Yeah. It just seems like a lot of fun. It seems cool to like bounce off like what we each were thinking on every turn. It was really cool. I would love to do this more with people.
Yeah, especially with such a team built completely around this kind of mind game. It's fun to hear both perspectives.
Yeah, I want to know like what people are scared of at any moment, because that'll make me better.
Yeah, right. To me, it's just like a cool perspective, but yeah, I guess free knowledge. That's what I was thinking most of the time. Like that one play where I had to like avoid getting the point, and I'm like, I have to catch Supalero wherever it's coming in.
Yeah.
It's like a reverse guess, which is so weird. A position I've like never been put in before, I don't think. I have to guess for not the point. I need this point to keep going. Yeah, this team does that sometimes too. Like, just because it's a control team. Sometimes it's literally, how do I keep this point going to, like, milk out as much as possible from the sports state?
Yeah, like how do I deal like 80 damage to like a beastie instead of wiping it, right?
Yeah. And then like
you
getting
don't
the wipe with
want
the
to
sweaty,
wipe until you're
I don't
winning
have
the
to
game.
see it anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess the wipe is a free sweaty application, but like
Yeah. That is the one thing I've thought about with this team, but it doesn't really come up much because this team doesn't do damage outside of it. I think a second Silesk attack would really help with something like that. There's a few changes this team could take. But yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Making these teams every week is like kind of a puzzler.
Yeah.
You have like 7 days to come up with this stuff.
Nah, I just keep running the same team over and over.
That's what everybody who's winning is doing. I feel like I'm like making this tougher for myself, but I'm having so much fun, so.
Well, that's the most important thing.
Yeah. I really enjoy coming up with like new ways to play this game that like nobody's seen, and I did enjoy this one quite a lot.
Hell yeah.
It was like
next
built
team.
with the philosophy of just one sweaty. I don't need it to drain anything, I just need it on.
Yes.
Fun way to build. Well, I guess we won't. I don't take up too much more of the audience's time. This is going on 48 minutes. It's been so much fun. There's so much to say. Thank you again.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Of course. And yeah, I guess see everybody around. Bye.
See you in the next heat wave. Bye.
Yeah.